your money in your 20s, to party, eat smashed avo, and travel the world, you have to spend all your money in your 20s. Obviously, if you want to travel the whole world, that probably will be most of your savings.
Yeah,
but you don't have to travel the whole world. Like,
it also, and also you can still travel and still save, but you just have to travel frugally and not do the whole world, obviously. So yeah, I don't know, I was just a bit annoyed because it makes it sound like there's no option where you can save for a house and still have fun. Also, some things are free, which are good. Like, you can still do things like free things when you're saving.
Yeah, also, unpopular opinion I have, traveling's a little bit overrated.
Oh, okay, I completely disagree.
Look, a little bit.
I completely disagree.
A little bit. I'm just saying a little bit. Not like heaps overrated.
I think sometimes, especially now with social media, traveling can look better than it is because people post stuff when they are traveling and make it look all amazing, and it's probably not as good as that. But I don't know, personally, when I've traveled, it's been really good. So
yeah, okay, it is good. I just think that this might not be true everywhere, but definitely in Australia, we have a view that I'm spending an extra $1 on my milk. That's terrible. I got to save that, get the cheaper brand of milk. But then when it comes to spending on a holiday, we'll go, doesn't really matter. Throw 20k in a holiday, and it just seems a little bit like you're financially at least saying that travel is super important, but it probably isn't that important.
I agree that people spend too much when they travel.
Yeah, it's probably just traveling's really expensive is the general point. And if you have heaps of money, then go ahead, do it. Honestly, do whatever you want. I don't mind. Just personal opinion. Traveling isn't worth the money, or for a lot of the time. It is, but not heaps. If that makes sense. Yeah,
I kind of agree. I think traveling is worth a lot of money, but I don't know, because then you also have all those memories forever, and it's that's really good.
Yeah, I just think what would make a holiday good for me, it wouldn't be
staying in a fancy hotel.
Yeah, it wouldn't be staying in a fancy hotel or going somewhere really far away, going specifically to France, which I have been to France very briefly, but going specifically to France wouldn't make my holiday amazing, I don't think. Maybe I just don't have much appreciation for fine art or culture or whatever. Mm-hmm. Maybe I just don't have enough appreciation for other cultures, but I think what makes a holiday good is the people you're with.
Aww,
also.
That's so cute.
Personal opinion. Obviously, if you go by yourself, then
then you're a bit.
I really feel like it probably works for some people who are really good at going and finding random people they don't know to hang out with.
Yeah, but I always but I agree. It's always a bit
traveling by yourself seems a bit
scary / isolating.
Yeah,
probably really isolating. I don't know, because I feel I wouldn't unless I feel if you stay in hostels and stuff, though, you probably meet people that way.
Yeah.
But if you stayed in a hotel room by yourself, and then you were there to see the sights by yourself, there's no way I'd go up to a random person and be like, hey, let's be friends.
Yeah.
So it would be very isolating.
So the moral of the story is pay someone to go on a holiday with you. No.
So anyway, back to this article that I was mad about. Yeah, I also just don't like how it says you need to spend the next few decades in crippling debt. That just makes it sound terrible. But what you're really doing is paying, building up an investment. You're not just, it's not you're, I don't know, you'd be paying rent anyway if you wanted to move out. So in this way, even though you have to save up a lot to initially buy the house, every time you make a mortgage repayment, even though it's debt, you're paying off debt, but you're not just paying off debt, you're putting money into an investment that you have, which is really good for your long-term financial.
Yeah, if you have a big enough deposit that your mortgage repayments are the same as what your rent would be, then you're
that's ideal.
Yeah, that's ideal, because you're just paying a certain deposit that's like less than the total value of the house, and then you would have been renting anyway, but now at the end of it, assuming you don't move, but at the end of it, you own a house, and you could have been renting that whole time.
Yeah. And obviously, like, saving up for a house isn't, like, available to everyone. Like, some people are just trying to survive, and they have to rent because they can't live at home. But I feel like this article made it sound like no matter who you are, no matter what circumstance you're in, you can either choose to have fun or save for a house. And I don't think that...
Yeah, when you're young,
statement.
at least.
Yeah.
They're saying that if you're in your 20s,
that's the only two options.
Yeah.
And they didn't even... Yeah, it wasn't like they gave those two options, like, in a fair way. It was like, well, you can either choose to live an actual good life or you can save for a house.
Yeah, so not very nuanced. Not a very nuanced article.
Yeah.
So, last episode we had a segment, I think we called it Best/Worst Spend, or just Best/Worst Spend, I don't know.
Yeah, Best/Worst Spend.
Wasn't a great name.
We decided we needed to change that.
We've renamed it as the Spending Report.
Yeah.
And,
that was Tom's idea.
Yeah, my idea. The thinking behind it was, it's like a financial report that you have on the news, except just for our finances.
Yeah.
So...
Great. So, I also wanted to mention some of the other ideas that we came up with before the spending report. So, Tom had an idea, real life spend stories, which is probably the worst one that we came up with.
That's offensive. What about, you know what would have been even better than that?
What?
Real life spend stories from real people.
Which definitely sounds like a Clive Palmer advertisement. I feel like he's
What's
all about
wrong
real...
with Clive? Nothing. Love a bit of Clive.
So anyway, I came up with the idea of the money moment, which is a bit cringy as well. I also came up with the idea, I loved this one, but Tom said it was too long. So it was the perks and perils of our fortnightly expenditure. I loved it. Loved it. It's like my child.
Yeah, look.
The idea was my brainchild.
I don't think we found the perfect title, but...
Yeah, that one's out. We also had some suggestions from a listener. So one of these was the yet to be named segment, which is like a throwback to our first episode where we had no idea what to call it. Or Avo Toast of the Fortnight, which I love, but I also think that would be like a good name for the worst spend. Like, oh, this was our Avo Toast of the Fortnight, but yeah, I don't know if it's like the best spend.
Yeah, it doesn't encompass the two.
The two.
Which is what we want, and that's why it was Best/Worst
Spend. And now it's the spending report. Thanks, Tom.
Yeah. Brought to you by...
Okay, so I'm going to start with my worst spend. So my worst spend was I bought lunch. So I had this Headspace event where I was like, we were like running this stall at this event in Adelaide City. And I bought lunch ahead of time. I was like, I'm going to be so like organised and buy some lunch now that I can like eat like healthy lunch. Should have just made my own, firstly, but I didn't have time to do that because I was in a rush. So I just quickly stopped by and bought some cold rolls. Love cold rolls. So I was like feeling really good about that. Put them in my bag, went to the Headspace thing, and then they were like, oh yeah, we have these like $5 food vouchers because we're like all volunteering at this event, so you can use them. There's also free hamburgers over there. And I was like, are you kidding? There's so much free food everywhere. And I literally bought lunch. Because I was trying to think ahead because I knew I was going to be there for the whole day. But yeah, so it was like good intentions, but bad outcome.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Also, another thing that happened is, because you're talking about lunch, my worst spend was... So yeah, my parents were away and Maddy was staying over, and I said, okay, first night I'll cook dinner.
Yeah.
So I was going to cook pasta. Didn't really get around to it, and suddenly it was like 7:30.
And we had like friends coming over.
And I didn't really know if I had all the right ingredients. I didn't have the meat there, which wasn't great. And I just went, this is too stressful. I'm just gonna buy pizza.
Probably didn't help that you, like, called me and I was like, are you serious? You haven't started cooking yet?
Yeah.
And then you were like, oh my god, gotta work fast to do something. And then
Yeah.
you bought pizza. Oh, by the way, the lunch... I don't know how much my lunch was. I didn't write that down. I'd say it was probably like $5 for 2 cold rolls, or $5.60 or something.
Yeah.
It's $5.60 for 2 sushi rolls. I don't know if cold rolls are more or less expensive than sushi. But anyway, and the pizza was
$36, which my brother paid for a little bit because he had some of it. So
yeah.
I only spent $26 on it. But
Yeah,
still overspent. But you can overspend on pizza.
You
But
can.
pizza's great, so...
And it was Domino's as well, wasn't it? So was
it was Domino's.
So it should have been cheap, but it was $36.
Well, I probably got a lot of pizza. Like, I had pizza for breakfast as well. So, yeah, that's why it was so expensive.
Yeah. Okay, so my best spend was I bought some comfy shorts. So even though we're going out of summer completely, like we're in autumn very much so. It's the last month of autumn now. Yeah.
Wow, it's almost winter.
I know, but it's been like not that cold. But anyway, so I had these shorts in summer and they like had a hole in them, which was like the cool thing. Like they had like it was purposefully there. Like, but the thing was I kept getting caught on the drawer handles in my kitchen because I'd walk past the bench and then it would like get caught in the hole. And so gradually the hole had been getting bigger. And then at the end of summer I like kind of decluttered a little bit of my clothes. So... And I realised that this hole was so out of control that it was like, they weren't even shorts anymore. It was just like a hole and some fabric. So I decided that they needed to go, which was a bit sad because they'd been like faithful shorts for a while. But anyway, so then I went on a shopping trip with a friend and it was like for her, she was picking out a dress for her like meeting the parents of her boyfriend, which is pretty cute. And anyway, I found these shorts in MCL. And they are the comfiest things ever. They're like the big shorts that are kind of like really roomy. They're not like tight shorts. And they're so comfy. They're like high-waisted. Love them so much. Wish it was summer because I just want to wear them more. I've been wearing them a lot as it is. And I went to Queensland for Easter, so I wore them so much in Queensland. But anyway, I wish I bought 2 pairs. And they were only $30, which like... I don't know, it's kind of like moderate for shorts, but it's like definitely worth that amount. Like they're so comfy and so nice, and I wish I had 2 definitely. So
my best spend was taking Maddy out on an impromptu date to a dessert place.
Yeah, it was pretty cute.
Yeah, happy girlfriend, happy life. That's what they say. We went to a dessert, well, mainly dessert. They have breakfast food as well, but it is sort of dessert place called 56-1, but they have these shakes that are like really cool. Yeah, they have like brownies on top of milkshakes and like you pour like melted chocolate. Oh, it's amazing. Anyway, they've got these really intricate things. So the shake was $30, but
yeah, they're really expensive, but you can share them between 2 and they're definitely worth it.
Yeah, you can't put a price on happiness.
They're 100% worth it. So today's episode focused a lot on Australian issues and like taxes that Australians have to face to do with property. But if you're from somewhere else, we'd love to hear about your taxes, or like especially weird ones.
Really specific ones.
Really specific weird taxes that you have to pay in your country.
Yeah, if you know any.
Yeah, would love to hear them. They don't have to be to do with property. And you can just go onto our blog and comment on the blog post that corresponds with this episode. Or you can just email us at thekeysPleasePod@outlook.com with your weird taxes, because I'd love to know about them.
So that brings us to the end of the episode. Thanks for listening. We upload a new episode every fortnight, wherever you get your podcasts.
Including YouTube. Don't forget to check out our new blog post at thekeysPleasePod.com and be sure to follow us on Instagram for all the latest episode updates at thekeysPleasePod.
If you have any listener questions you would like us to answer, either privately or on the show, email us at thekeysPleasePod@outlook.com.